I would like to say thank you for this is my first time to give a public speech. And I would like to say thank you for the NKSO to give us such a great opportunity. And also a Hong Kongese friend, Ka Man Mak, invitation who organized such a great events. And we can sit down here and then have a cultural exchange. So today I'm going to share my story. But before I share my story, I need to put something on me. Okay. Okay, so this is a magic apron. So when I wear it, I feel much more confidence. So actually 1 hour ago, this is my uniform. So I want to ask everyone, this is basically the dress I'm wearing from Monday to Saturday. Does anyone can tell me what kind of job I'm doing now? If we have a feedback, we also bring some small gift to you. So does anyone want to tell me what kind of job I'm doing now?
Tea.
Tea what?
Tea
So
maker.
what kind of position?
Tea maker.
Tea maker. Very good. And more answer?
Waitress.
Huh?
Waitress.
Yeah? Any more answer?
Cashier.
Chief Executive of Tea
Cashier? Huh?
Chief Executive of Tea Making.
Chief
Okay,
executive.
that's very, very good. Okay, so, not yet. Not yet. Put it back. So how do I define myself? I think I will define myself, I'm like a waitress because I need to serve tea to the customer. And I also could be a trainer because I teach people how to make a tea. And I also can be a daily manager because I have to I'm responsible for running the business, and I always have to think about what's the marketing strategy, and I need to organize the event to attract more people come to the tea house to increase the revenue. But before this definition, 3 years ago, I was just a BI student, and I studied innovation and entrepreneurship. So I really super recommend to attend the Innovation Week. Because when I studied this program, we need to attend the Innovation Week every October. It's super helpful if you want to set up business and to know people and create a network. It's a good place to join the events. It will be in October, right? It's a free charge or?
Most events are free.
Yeah, for most are free, so it's good to attend. So 3 years ago, I'm a BI student, and 3 years after, I'm a tea maker in the Formosa Tea house. So how does it happen? Okay, when I studied the BI and entrepreneur program, my professor asked me, Meigen, what kind of a business you have a passion to create it? And at that time, I'm just thinking, I like tea very much, and I've been thinking about to open a tea house for 4 years. And I also from Taiwan. It's a country has a very strong tea culture, and we also produce a very good quality tea. And I wish I can bring this tea culture into Norway. Yes, and my professor said, great, you have a passion about tea, but where's the market? Is the Norway the market? So then I start to think, does the Norway the market? Do you see any tea house here?
There's the market.
Yeah?
Yes.
Okay. So I start to do the online research, and I found very interesting information. If you see on the left graph, if I ask you, what is the #1 drink for Norwegian?
Coffee.
Coffee. So everyone knows. So see, Norway only have a 500,000 population, but they are the #1 in the world because according research, on average, Norwegian drink 3 cups of coffee per day. But what made me very surprised when you see the left-hand graph, tea consumption, Norway is #8. How come? How come they are #8? Because I don't see any tea house in Oslo, but I do see a lot of sushi shop every corner. And a friend told me sushi came to Oslo just happened 10 years ago. And after 10 years, it's everywhere. And it reminds me when in my childhood in Taiwan, I don't see any coffee house in Taiwan. We don't drink coffee, we drink tea. But nowadays, if you travel to Taiwan or travel to China or travel to Japan, you probably find Starbucks everywhere or coffee house everywhere. So I start to have a feeling, I feel like coffee, Western drink, can be popular in Asia country, and sushi, Eastern food, can be popular in Norway. Does that mean Western culture and the Eastern culture, they are integrate each other? They mix very quick. So then I tell my professor, so the reason they number 8, maybe most of Norwegian, they buy a lot of tea bag from the supermarket, so they drink at home. So that could be one reason they are ranked number 8. But maybe one day they will think about to find a public place to sit down and hang out with friends and drink tea together. So it could be a potential tea market. That's my thinking at that time. So now I'm going to share how do I make this tea house happen in Oslo. Yes? So all the answers you can find in this picture. Yeah? 2011 was the year I arrived in Oslo, and I was like the girl in this picture. I was very curiosity to start a new life. So how my life will be after 2 years study and what kind of people I will meet on the way. And I'm trying to search any kind of opportunities on the way and to create a possibility to help myself to become an entrepreneur and to learn how to set up a business in Oslo. Because I don't know, but I need to find an answer. So, and then I start to walk this journey. Soon, I met a 3 challenge. First, I have a visa problem. Second, I have a funding problem. And third, I have a location problem. So then I start to panic, and next, suddenly I feel like the flat road is like a bumpy road. And I was very depressed and I don't know what to do. At the time, probably no Oslo business region, I don't know. If I know, then I can go to ask about this organization. But at that time, I don't have a resource. So I just write on the diary. This is in Chinese, but I will translate in English. I say I'm kind of scared. I'm worried about myself all the way. Maybe I will get lost, or maybe I will fail. But I was attracted by the curiosity and also the excitement of adventure. So I decided to keep going and then encourage myself and think about, I'm gonna make it, I will make it happen. So I think the road to the tea house is a bit bumpy, dumpy, dangerous, but also incredible, exciting. Okay, so when I start to believe myself and to think really, really hard how to solve these 3 problems, there were 4 magic things happen. And also I met 2 very important people on the way. So first magic things, when you believe enough, a solution comes to you. Okay, first the visa problem. I was hold the student visa. So basically this visa will expire after I finish study. And as for a foreign student, if I don't speak a very good Norwegian at that time, and I also not study IT or engineer or shipping, it's not so easy to get a job. So then I start to think if I can't find a job, maybe I can create a job for myself. And I was so lucky to find this visa, self-employed visa on the UDI website. Does anyone know what this self-employment visa means? Don't know.
Not really.
1% company. This visa has a very basic requirement is your skill and your study must 100% to match to match the business or company you want to create. For example, if you are the hair designer, you are qualified to open a hair salon. Or if you are the dentist, you are okay to open a clinic, but my study is entrepreneur. So basically, I can create any kind of business I want to if they don't have in Norway. So I was lucky to apply this visa. So next, the second magic thing, when you believe enough, attract people come to you. So yes. So when I sort out the visa problem, the second problem comes, funding. I don't have money. I was, when I studied BI, I still borrow money from the bank and have a student loan. And I don't want to borrow money from my parents as well. For them, it's probably a risk. Set up business in Norway could be a risk. And I tell my professor, he suggests me, I could try crowdfunding. Does anyone know what is crowdfunding? Have you heard about it? It's a very new way of the funding. The crowdfunding means there's a funding, the people can donate money to you online. If they like your idea, like your project, they can make your dream become true. So I make a video of opening a tea house in Oslo, and I put on the website. So in 2 months, I attract 77 people who donate money to me, but I don't know them. But they willing to help me to do this tea house project. So this you can see 77 people donate me, and after this we attract the Taiwanese media, flew into the Norway to do the interview, and when they flew back to Taiwan, they report this story on TV. Then we attract more and more supplier contact me, want to sponsor tea, I want to sponsor machine. So we kind of sort out this funding problem. So we haven't had any Norwegian journalists interview us, so we hope keep tracking the Norwegian journalists can interview us. Okay, so the next, the 3 magic things. When you believe enough, attract the true love comes to me. So that's not to you, but to me. So the next. So when I met Svan, when I met my boyfriend Svan, I was doing a crowdfunding, and then he was very inspired by my tea house project, and then he decided to help me, and he wanted me to succeed. But I remember I was very poor. Do you know how poor? Can you guess how much money I have to spend every month?
500 kroner.
Huh? 500? Oh, it's not that poor. I need to pay the student loan. Okay, but I tell you 5,000. I only ask myself to spend 5,000 because I want to save money for the tea house. And then he helped me to move from student dorm to his apartment, so then I can save money for the tea house. And when I applied the visa, I wait the UDI answer for 6 months, and my student visa is going to expire in 1 month. So I was very depressed every day. But he is like a cheerleader because he cheered me up. And if you see that picture, I will feel like he's like a tree. His shoulder is like a tree to support me to keep going. So why I say it's a true love is because 25 days ago we decided to become a husband and wife. So thank you. So even I was so poor, he's still willing to want to stay with me, and we try to make this thing happen. Okay, so the next, the final, the fourth magic thing. When you believe enough, I think you will attract the true friends comes to you. Yeah. When you see this picture again, did you see there's a girl always travel with me? Yeah, not yet. So yeah, next. Yeah. So she, so she is the. We met each other in the church, and she is the first one who know my tea house project, and she encouraged me. And also she believed me very much that we can do it together. So I really, really appreciate her because she sacrificed a lot of her holiday and then just keep calling different landlord because my Norwegian is not so good. And also we keep searching different location on the weekend for more than 1 year. So I think next, without her, we won't be able to make a Formosa happen. So who is she? She is, so may I borrow your hand to give a pose to my partner of the Formosa, Jorunn Svela. So she will share her experience.
Thank you, Meigen. I just want to say, I'm not going to say much, but it has been a privilege to work together with Meigen. She asked me to join in her business, and I have no business background, I have no experience in setting up a business, so I thought she made a bad choice in choosing me. I'm a teacher, and I used to work as a Norwegian teacher in Hong Kong. I worked at Norwegian International School for 3 years, and I really enjoyed my life in Asia. And after that, I spent 3 years in Japan. So 6 years in Asia, and when I came back to Norway, I realized that I miss my Asian friends, I miss Asian culture. And that's when I met Meigen, and I loved her idea, because I want to live in Norway now. I try to live in Norway, but I love Asia, and I think of it a lot about going back to Asia. But now, right now, I've created Asian tea house together with Meigen, and so I'm able to live out my life here. And I know that there's a lot of people like me here in Oslo who has been living in China and love a lot with the Chinese culture. So in February, well, we set up the business in December, and I was able to celebrate Chinese New Year here in Oslo, which was a success. And we've also tried, we want the tea house to be a place where people can come and experience Chinese culture. Like last Friday, they had a language exchange where people can meet up with people who speak Chinese, and Chinese can practice Norwegian. Next Friday, we're going to arrange a Mahjong night. Norwegians who have been to China, we all know about Mahjong, the game. And so we want to create different events like this. And I think I don't feel like I can contribute with that much, but I do know what Norwegians miss with the Chinese culture. So I hope in September that we're going to celebrate full moon party.
Yeah.
And
maybe one more New Year party.
Oh, another New Year party, yes. So I'm happy to live out my Chinese or Asian life here in Oslo. And so it's been a very interesting journey. I do realize now that there is a lot of effort into making a business. I'm impressed with Meigen, who has been struggling to find out of Norwegian rules and customs, and I couldn't contribute with too much because I still work as a teacher, so I'm busy. I'm a full-time teacher at a secondary school. But
We still manage.
we are a good team, and we do see that being me from Norway with some background in Asia, and Meigen being Taiwanese with experience from Norway, that I see certain things with Norwegian culture that we have to be aware of. But Meigen is the expert, so I'm very happy just to be here, to be a part of this event. China's a big part of my life, and I will be in Hong Kong in 2 days, so I'm going to spend a month this summer in Hong Kong, so I'm looking forward to get back.
Thank you.